Good morning, namaste. Thank you very much for joining this morning for the Dharma Yoga practice. It's about a 90-minute practice. Please practice in accordance with your abilities and your comfort level. The practice is an offering. Always remember that. And how you feel is to an extent affecting everybody. So if you go to a place of pain or suffering and anxiety, that's what you will transmit. That's what others will feel through you, through your experience. So please practice in that sense with mindfulness and consciousness. So on that note, let's begin. Sit up tall and straight. Close the eyes. Bring the attention within. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you're becoming one with all beings everywhere. beings everywhere, be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice of our senses. May we always have a strong desire for the knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other, only ever peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let's do the mantra for purification 3 times to purify the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. If you don't know it, just pretend you're chanting through the voice of the Guru. You derive all the benefits as though you're chanting it perfectly with that intention in mind. If you do know it, try to do each one. We'll do it 3 times in a single breath. Do it with conviction, do it with volume so it can be heard by all the subtle bodies within and all around us. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Vasawa Vashtanga Topi Vayaha Smarit Pantrikaksham Sabaya Vihantraha Stihi. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Vasawa Vashtanga Topi Vayaha Smarit Pandrikaksham Sabaya Vihantraha Stihi. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Vasawa Vashtanga Topi Vayaha Smarit Pandrikaksham Sabaya Vihantraha Stihi. So now let's do color breathing. Imagine that we are surrounded by a big sphere of colors. This is our aura, our protection against psychic attacks, which is negative energy just directed towards us, whether it's intentional or unintentional. And while we're doing this, therefore, we're concentrating on different areas of the body and the color associated with that area. Direct all your attention there with a sense and intention of healing, and you bring healing effects to that area as well. And try to direct it all to other beings as well. So what we have, share with others. So we're starting at the base of the spine. We just allow the breath to carry the sound through until we run out of breath. Again, you concentrate on the color and that area. So at the base of the spine, the sacral region and the navel region, the color is red. Feel the whole area being flooded with red. The sound is ah. Take a deep breath in. We pause for a moment after each sound to imagine that the vibrations are still doing the work. The next up is a heart. The color is green. We bring healing in the physical, mental, and emotional sense, and spiritual healing to the heart. Color is green. Again, the sound is you, a little bit of a higher pitch this time. Inhale. Next is the throat. The color is blue, the sound is so. Remember that all the words that escape from the throat should always be ones coming from a place of love and compassion. Inhale. So. Next, the space between the eyebrows, the center of the forebrow. The color is indigo. The sound is sun, S-U-N. Concentrate mostly on the last part of the sound, the N part of the sound, which produces vibrations. Those vibrations, imagine them strong enough to dislodge all the impurities from where they're residing in the body. Feel them, or imagine them being dislodged from where they're sitting, to be brought out of the bloodstream, to be carried out of the body eventually. The attention at the space between the eyebrows. Inhale, indigo. Sun. go to the crown. The color is violet. The sound is sum, S-U-M. Again, we focus on the latter part of the sound, the M part, the vibration produced by that sound that you feel at the crown. You feel the whole brain shaking and the lips pressing together again also produces the vibrations that help to bring mental sharpness and clarity to you. So, color violet at the crown. Inhale. Take a moment to just notice any changes in the state of the body, the mind, and emotions. Have no expectation as to what you should or should not feel. Have no expectation, have no attachment to the results. Just be the observer, the witness watching it all. Now we try to merge with the divine within that resides equally in each and every being. And through the practice, through the postures, we pay homage to them. We pay homage to God through the imitation of them. We try to tap into their consciousness. We put ourselves in the bodies. We just try to see how the divine manifests in each and every form. Attune your mind now to the supreme divine, infinite wisdom and love that is within. Now to establish a deeper connection with that divine presence within, raise your arms above the head, spiritual breathing. The palms slightly turned up. From the fingertips, inhale down through the arms, the best, down into the spiritual heart. 2, 3, 4. Feels you're being flooded by all that goodness. 6, 7, 8. Holding in the center of the chest and the right side of the physical heart, the spiritual heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms and just the breath out. Everything they pulled in stays within. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale, drawing the best down from the fingertips through the arms into the spiritual heart. 4, feel that energy and all that goodness coming in. 6, 7, 8. Again, holding in the heart, hold the breath there. 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, attract everything that you need with your attention down into the spiritual heart. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold your attention at the spiritual heart. Your attention is like a magnet that draws everything there. 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale up through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down now. Now, let's continue with the practice, the physical practice, to make it even better than meditation. Renounce all the fruits of the practice. Dedicate them to something higher and greater than the satisfaction of your own desires and needs. Do it as though you're a divine obligation to all beings everywhere. So now let's begin. Come to standing. Okay, so we're going to start off with some warm-ups. Prepare the body for the practice. Your feet about 10 inches apart. Start to swing from one side to the other. The arms slapping the body like heavy ropes. Try to see all the way around you. Start to move faster. And even faster. And soon the arms feel dead. And all the joints and shoulders being moved. The head's falling in all the directions. Move as fast as you can. Shake it all up. And then start to slow it down. Now bring the hands on the hips, circle the head, large circles if possible, the ears touching the shoulders, the chin to the chest, the back of the head to the top of the back. If you can, move a little bit faster so as to warm up the joints more effectively. And then go in the opposite direction. If you had to modify, you can just do semicircles if you like. You're to one shoulder, turn across the chest, go into the other shoulder, and reverse it. Good. Now, bring the bring the left foot forward, and then throw the right arm back, and continue to spin it. Make as though you're winding up to throw a ball. And then go forward now. Feel as though you're holding a weight of 5 pounds in the hand to make the arm swing more easily. Now the right foot forward, throw the left arm back, continue to wind it up. You can form a fist with your hand and turn the body with the shoulder if you have any shoulder issues, or support with your hand across the chest. Then go in the opposite direction. Good. And now bring the feet again in line with one another. Bring your arms up over the head to pull the opposite elbows, bend to the left, pulse a few times, then go to the other side. Try not to make wrinkles in the waist and the underside of the body. Come up, go to the other side again. Really pull on the elbow, try not to hunch forward or around the back. Go to the other side. Then coming back up, little circles over the head. Head, neck, and shoulders moving mostly to start. Then gradually the circles get larger. The chest and the upper back come into the movement, starting to feel it in the waist and the hips. And if you feel apt to do so, the whole torso now turns. Trace large circles in front of the body, like the action of a windmill. Come all the way up and go in the opposite direction now, starting with little circles in ears, being squeezed by the arms, progressively getting larger for circles. Lose yourself in the sensations. Remember, all beings are feeling this through your body, so deliver the best experience possible. And then finally, the whole torso circles. Feel the forearms coming right across, but almost brushing the feet, maybe even brushing the feet. And then coming all the way back up. And then release the arms down. Shake out the wrists, move the fingers very, very rapidly. Like you're trying to shake all the excess water off your hands. Then up and down, going so fast, the fingers are like the wings of a hummingbird. You can't even see them moving, they're like a blur. The next exercise, arms out to the side. You can bring your left hand on a wall or a chair if you like. Swing the right leg back and forth. Feels like a pendulum swinging out of control. Loosen up the hip. Try to touch the knee to the shoulder by leaning forward. See if you can touch the toes, the back of the head. And then the other leg. No jerky motions, nice and smooth. Whatever happens, be unconcerned, unjudging, just do your best. And then release. So now the next sequence has 4 movements. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, down. Go as far as you can. Inhale, up. Press up off the heels. Exhale, back down. You can even jump a little bit if you like. Come right up off the feet. Do it with enthusiasm. Be like a child. One more. Good. And now bring your feet together, the arms by sides of the body. Inhale, circle the arms up, lift off the heels. Exhale, come back down. Slowly press the heels down, push through with your toes. Inhale, come up again. Graceful movements, be the witness, watch the body moving all by itself. Exhale, come back down. Engage the leg muscles and the core. Inhale, rise up. Arms float up over the head. Exhale, come back down. Feels with the arms with wings of a butterfly. Inhale, come up. Press all the way up. Lengthen the core. Exhale, come back down. Lengthen the middle, I should say. And one more time. Inhale, come up. Exhale, back down. Now bring the chin back onto the chest in a gesture of humbleness. Stay in this humble mindset throughout the practice. Offer everything up. Do the practice again because it just must be done for the benefit of all. So now let's come to the front of the mat, hands together at the heart. Surya Namaskara. Imagine we're all together physically, moving together like a school of fish. Stay in that collective consciousness of offering. Raise your arms up over the head, arch back, engage the buttocks and upper back to support you as you lean back. And then fold forward, bend your knees if you need to, belly on your thighs, hands to the ground. The right foot back, lower down a knee, drop down to the seat. Then come into the high plank, lower the knees down, the seat all the way back behind the heels. Glide forward, brush your nose to the ground, and then coil your way up, all the way back again. The seat all the way back behind the heels, glide forward. Tug at the floor of the arms, propel yourself forward with more power and ease. Take the head all the way back over the seat. One more time, take the seats back, glide forward, brush your nose to the ground, imagine your snake pooping through the grass, and then rising up to appear out of the world. Back into Adho Mukha Sivanasana. Lift the seat, allow the head to drop down below the arms, soften the heart. The right foot steps forward to the hands, drop down to the seat, push the seat all the way forward, and the lower back in. And the feet together, Uttanasana. Head down, close to the feet. Come all the way up to standing. Come back home, hands to the heart. Raise your arms up. Just breathe naturally. Don't worry about the breath. Move the body, the breath will follow and deliver more power and grace and ease to the movements. Left foot back. Into the plank. Down with the knees and the seat all the way back. Glide forward. Remember, blessed are those who can imitate the teacher, in this case a serpent physically. Imagine in a boundless range of motion like the serpent. Take the seat back again, glide forward. Twice blessed are those who can imitate the teacher physically and mentally. Be regal and wise like the serpent. One more time, take the seat back, glide forward. 3 times blessed are those who can imitate the teacher physically, mentally, and spiritually. Tap into all the divine qualities and virtues of that which you represent. Into Adho Mukha Sivanasana. Allow the head to go below the arms, maybe even touch the forehead to the ground if you can. And then the left foot steps to the hands, quietly. Remember, the practice is an offering, so make it as beautiful and magnificent as possible. Come all the way up, hands bent to the heart. If you stay in the intention of offering, the practice will manifest, will translate that way. And then fold forward. Every movement reflecting devotion and surrender to the highest self, to divine service. Right foot back. Into the plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. Knees, chest, forehead down. Keep the elbows close to the body. And as you come forward, your hips between your hands, lift the hips and knees away from the ground. Upward facing dog. Stay here for a moment. Bend the toes under. Pulse slowly. Try to get your shoulders back, the nose up. Look like a dog howling at the moon. Back into Adho Mukha Sivanasana. Here, stretch the arms. Try to get your head below the arms, the chest towards the ground, the belly towards the thighs. Try not to bend the arms. Good. Look at the dog stretching its back. And then the right foot steps forward to the hands softly. Anjalyasana, followed by Uttanasana. Seat up over the heels. If you can, straighten your legs all the way. Press the front of the body against the legs. Come right up to standing. After Uttanasana. Come back home, hands to the heart. Go up, then go down. Left foot back. Same thing. Seat all the way forward into the high plank. Ashtanga Namaskara, knees, chest, forehead down. Right into upward facing dog and hips and knees away from the ground. Again, just try to visualize a dog howling at the moon and just try to realize that image through your body. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Look like that loyal dog. That beautiful quality of the dog. All these qualities are already within you as well. You just have to turn them on. And then the left foot steps forward to the hands softly. Shoulders over the fingertips, the foot lands without a big heavy footfall. Feet together, Uttanasana. Come right to standing. Arch back. And return home, hands to hearts. Go up and back. And fold the body down in half. Uttanasana. The right foot back, lower down the knee, drop down to the seat, flatten up the toes. Inhale, rise up, take the torso further by the hips, and then circle the arms down, allow the head to fall back. Lean away from the leg, come up again. Every movement has a certain consciousness. When you open up the heart this way, you bring the head back, you're opening yourself up to divine grace. Circle the arms down. Now come back into high plank. You have the option of doing Ashtanga Namaskara again, or if you're stronger, bring the seats back. So you can come right through to upward facing dog, lowering your legs down to the ground. Your hips and knees stay up, you push your elbows into sides of body. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana right away. The head down again, strike the forehead to the ground if you have the flexibility. Then the right leg comes up, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Look between the hands and bring the right foot forward. Back knee down, flatten up the toes, inhale again. Each time you come up, use the arms to pull your torso further by the hips. Circle the arms down. Head falls back, inhale, come up. Open yourself up. Surrender to divine service. Up again. Circle the arms down the seat all the way forward. And then bring the left foot in to meet the right. Uttanasana, bow down as though nothing. Come all the way up. Back home, always coming back to the source of divine love at the heart. Raise your arms up, push the hips forward, fold the body down in half. Left foot back, lower down the knee, flatten up the toes. Inhale, swing the arms up. Now turn to the right this time as the arms come down. As you turn, you're making a gesture of being receptive to all experiences. We have something to gain from each and every one. Knowledge helps to remove us from those patterns that cause pain and suffering. Look forward, come into high plank. Again, you're entering into upward facing dog. You bring the seat back again, no legs on the ground as you come right through into upward facing dog. Elbows close into the sides, body, push the roots of your toes and the heels of your palms. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Soften the line in the back. The left leg comes up, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step the foot between the hands. Back knee down. Flatten up the toes, inhale, come up. Now circle to your left, circle the arms down, inhale, come up again. And go to the left. One more time. Inhale, come up. Try to connect the movement seamlessly like you're doing a divine dance devotion. Coming forward with the right foot now, bow down. Uttanasana. Come right up to standing. And back home, hands to heart. Exploring all the new variations. Raise your arms up, bend your knees, land your belly on your thighs. Join your hands behind the back and pull them right over your shoulders. Bow down again. Try to get your legs straight by pushing you against your legs with your body. Now hold your breath, keep your weight on your left leg, the right foot goes back. Without touching your fingers to the ground, bring them arms all the way up and behind the head. Monkey pose. So imagine you're a monkey swinging from tree to tree. There's seemingly no bones in our arms. Rock your shoulders back and forth a little bit. Pull the arms back. Good. Now break the pose. Bring the hands down. Let's try another transition here. Swing the left leg right up into Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana, three-legged dog. Now come forward, shoulders over the fingertips. If you can, keep your leg up as you move down. With your chest first. Pull the elbows into the sides of the body. You can always lower the knee down at the same time as your chest is coming down like so. And then as soon as the chest touches down, right into upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right leg comes up. Step the foot between the hands. With practice, the body will find more efficiency, find its own tricks to move into the poses with grace, with ease and power. Take the arms all the way back, rock your shoulders back and forth again. Pull your body up out of the hips. And now from here, land your belly on your thighs, swing your hands back without touching your fingertips to the ground if possible. Then bow down. The head comes close to the feet. The seat comes over the heels. Come right to standing. Reach up over the head. Come back home. Hands to the heart. Raise your arms up. Stretch the whole front of the body. Keeping awareness, watch the body moving gracefully. The way you seat your mind will translate to your movements. Push the body into your legs and the head down towards the feet, the hands over the head. Now here, hold the breath. Take the left foot back, lower the knee down. Kapyasana. Raise your arms all the way up and back behind the ears. Try not to bend the arms. Think of that beautiful curve. It continues from the toes all the way to the fingertips. Now break the pose, bring hands back down. Swing the right leg all the way up. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana, three-legged dog. Come forward again into your high plank. As you're coming down, pull the elbows into the side of the body, push into the roots of your toes, the base of the fingers and the finger pads. Lower the chest down, right up into upward facing dog. Of course, modify according to your abilities. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Wherever you are is perfect if you're offering up the practice. Left leg up, Ekapada again. Step the foot between the hands. Back knee down, sink down to the seats. Raise your arms all the way up and back. Doing the motions deliberately, slowly, to savor each sensation. Good. To come into consciousness of the movements and the poses. Bring your hands behind the back. Hold the breath and bring the right foot in to meet the left. Uttanasana, bow down. Push the body into your legs. Try to get your chest below the knees. Now come all the way up to standing. Reach up over the head. Arch back. Come back home. We'll do that variation again a little bit faster. Raise your arms up. Fold the body down. Bend your knees, land your belly on your thighs, and go bring the hands right over the head. The right foot back right away. Lower the knee, right into Kapyasana. Take the arms back and break the pose right away. The hands come back down. Swing the left leg all the way up and back. Ekapada. Come forward into high plank. You can modify here if you need to bring your big legs into regular plank. Knees, chest, forehead down. Otherwise, follow me. Right into upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. The right leg comes up. Step the foot between the hands. Back knee down. Right up. Kapyasana again. Imagine your crescent moon radiating your inner light. Swing your hands down, belly on your thighs. The feet come together, and then the head comes down. Feet over the heels. Come right up to standing. Reach up over the head. Come back home. One more time on the left side. Raise your arms up. Stretch the whole front of the body. Fold the body down in half. See if you can get your legs straight as you push your body into your legs. The face to the shins even. And then the left leg back. Back knee down. If you can't, don't worry about it. Just do your best. Arms up over the head. And then break the pose. Hands come down. Swing the right leg right up and back. Three-legged dog. Come forward into high plank. Lower down. Right into upward facing dog. The transition of your choice. Legs up off the ground if you're doing upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then the left leg up. Step the foot between the hands. Back knee down. Sink down to the seat. The hips all the way forward towards your front heel. Arms come all the way up and back. And then from here, break the pose. Belly on your thighs, the hands swing behind the back and join together. The feet together, the body presses against the legs. Uttanasana. Come right to standing, reach up over the head. And then come back home. Pranayama. Take a moment here. From the heart, inhale a love from the heart up to the crown. Take a pause here, hold the breath. Imagine that love going out to all beings everywhere. Just like the sun that streams down on everything equally. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in divine, unconditional love for all forms. Love them all. And release. So now let's continue with some balanced poses. So let's start the back of the mat here. Ardha Chandrasana. Bring the left foot forward. Lean down and see if you can get your fingertips down to the ground. At least 14 or 16 inches in front of the left foot, so that you can open up the hip and it might help with your balance as well. Open up to the right. Bring the right arm up. Point the toes. If you can, look up. The shoulders and hips in the same line, one on top of the other. Fingers together. And now here we're going to bring the right hand down. Drop the right leg a little bit so it looks like you're lying on a table. From the foot to the toes, one straight line. The right hand to the inside, to the right of the left foot. Turn your body, your chest to the left. If you can, raise the left arm up. Revolved Adho Chandrasana. Try to keep pressing out through the foot, the raised leg, so to keep the legs straight. Now bring the hands back down. Raise the leg up a little bit higher. And then lift the chest. Take your arms up off the ground. Be like an airplane. Arms straight, palms down. The head about the height of the knee. The leg, the foot, if possible, higher than the head. Good. Now from here, break the pose. Hands to the ground and the right foot comes back down. Chin into your chest and roll your way back up. Come to the other side now. So just the right foot comes forward. Reach the right hand forward. Again, give yourself distance so that your hip can stay over the heel and your shoulder underneath the hand roughly stay on the fingertips. Open up to the left. If you can do it without a block, try it without a block so you don't get too dependent on the accessories. Pull the left shoulder back. Raise the left leg up higher. See yourself in the form that you're trying to attain and keep on trying to realize that image. Now bring the left hand back down, roll the left hip down, lower the leg a little bit again to about the height of the hip. The left hand to the inside, the left of the right foot, and see if you can get the right arm up. If it's too much for your shoulder, you can keep your hand on the sacrum, but keep trying to push your chest, your right shoulder back so your chest is fully facing the right. Now bring the right hand down. From here, dive down a little bit. Raise the left leg up higher, the head about the height of the knee. Take your arms out to the side like an airplane diving. Straight line from hand to hand, the head to the foot as well. Now bring the hands back down and left foot comes down. Tuck your chin in and roll your way up. So you're going to charge the body. So from the feet, from the limbs all the way up to the crown, the arms all the way up to the and up the spine. Bring everything up and in, right to the crown. Exhale, send it out through the whole body. Feel recharged, feel rejuvenated, feel charged. Okay, so now we're going to go on ballet pose. Standing on your left foot, take hold of the right foot by the inside, the thumb behind the heel. And then take your leg out to the side. Try to have your arms and your foot at the same height. Might look like a T if you're more flexible. Bring the foot up higher, closer to the shoulder. Lean a little bit to your left so that your foot and your toes are trying to stay at the same height. Good. If you lean to your left a little bit, also will get the leg up higher. Now see if you can hold your breath. Let go of the foot without dropping the foot. Concentrate. Good. And now bring the right leg in front. Bend the knee. Bring it right across the other leg. Turn to your left. Point the toes. You might be able to get your foot to hook on the back of the left leg. If it doesn't hook, don't worry. Just allow it to hang there like this. The left arm over the right. Elbows in front of the shoulders. Garudasana, eagle. Imagine you're an eagle just contemplating where to fly next. Try not to lean forward too much. Keep your shoulders over the hips, but bend down to work your hips a little bit more, or like bend your knees. Good. Now come out of the pose. From here, angel. Allow the right foot to go back. Keep the foot up if you can. Spread your wings like the angel. Push your chest forward. Bring your head all the way back. Look up. So you're saying, I'm yours. Grant me higher devotion. I'm yours to do your service. And break the pose. Bring the right foot back down. You become what you believe, magnificent, strong, and graceful. So now we start again on the other foot. So standing firmly on the right foot, pick your point of focus in front, bring the left foot up. Again, try to line your toes with your fingers, either at the height of the shoulders, maybe even a little bit higher. Flex the foot, it helps with the balance. Embody the poise and the grace of a ballet dancer. Good, now hold the breath. Keep the leg muscles strong and engaged. Let go of the foot slowly, not too fast, otherwise the foot will surely fall. Good, and now bend your knee, bring it in front. Keep your knee up high, so when it goes across the left leg, it comes up high, makes it easier to bind. Turn to the right, the toes point, and you might be able to hook the foot, if not again. No worries. Stay unjudging, stay unbothered. Just do your best. The right arm over the left, and sink your seat a little bit. Try to get your body to come down lower without coming too forward. Shoulders stay over the hips. And come back up. Allow the left leg to go back if you need to. You can bring your toes on the ground. Push your chest all the way forward. Get a sense of body flight. The arms go back like the great wings of an angel. And then look up. Whatever happens, again, remain unconcerned. Just dance with whatever happens. That goes for your day-to-day life as well. And then bring the left foot back down. Good, we'll do one more. So we're going to now bring your left foot forward and then come into, actually, bring your fingertips down, bend your knees, bring your belly on your thigh. Your arms, you can start with your fingertips on the ground if you're having trouble. If you have the balance, you can keep your arms up over your shoulders the whole time. You slide the right foot back and see if you can bring your right heel up towards your seat. Your head diving towards the ground. Hummingbird. Think of a hummingbird. They're very small, little, delicate little birds. So keep your body compact. Again, if you're having trouble with balance, you keep your fingertips on the ground. Eventually, you might be able to pull the hands away from the ground. Bring your hands right against the front of the shoulders. Elbows up, like the wings. All right, so now bring the fingertips down. See if you can extend your legs straight this time, or as much as you can. Bring your body against your leg, bend your left knee. If you need to bring your thigh against your belly against your thigh, your left hand on the outside of the foot, index finger along the outside of the heel. And then slowly bring your right hand closer and closer. Maybe eventually get your hand on the inside of the heel. The gaze is a little bit beyond your toes. Try to have your seat directly over your heel. Good. Now, bring your hands on either side of the left foot, your wrist just in front of the foot, not too far in front. And then see if you can lift your left heel up. Push through the base of the right toes that are above you. If you want, you can see you can press into your hands and see if you can press up off the foot completely. Imagine being hoisted up by the hips. Okay, you can bring the left foot up to meet the right eventually. Handstand. And then coming back down. Good. And then from here, coming back up. All right, again, just go with what your comfort level is. If you're not ready to do the handstand, maybe eventually at the time you keep working towards that, and then maybe one day your body, the mind will be convinced, and then the body will follow. So come down. No need to force it. No need to be too aggressive with just forcing your mind to a place it doesn't want to go. So now, hummingbird again. Raise the left foot up this time. Close the seat. Your belly rests on your thigh. And you can again bring your hands up over your shoulders. Gaze at the ground in front. Try to get your knee up as high as possible. If your fingertips on the ground, you can see you can just come on the index finger, maybe pull the hands right off the ground, right close to the shoulders, elbows out to the sides. And now, bring your fingertips down onto the ground. Left leg comes up nice and straight as possible. Bend the right knee if you need to bring your belly against your thigh. And your right hand against the outside of the heel, the index finger. And then see if you can get your right hand, the left hand to come closer and closer. Your gaze is beyond the toes. You try to get your left foot up higher and higher and further forward. So eventually find a straight line from foot to foot. Just keep visualizing yourself in your practice. You only go as far as your imagination. Cultivate a boundless imagination. Now bring your hands down on either side of the foot, the wrists almost in line with your toes. Again, option just push up off the heel and get a little bit more weight forward so your shoulders come over the fingertips. Push through the base of the left toes. If you need to, you can bend your leg. Sometimes it's a bit easier. And if you can, hold your breath so you can bring the right foot right up off the ground. You can hover there. Maybe you can bring the right foot up to meet the left. If you had a handstand practice, go ahead. And then coming back down. Release the left foot down, and from here, roll your way up. Good. Charging breathing again. Fingers facing forward. Imagine lights coming right up through the body, from the legs, from the arms, right up the spine to the crown. Exhale, send the lights all the way throughout. Feel illumined from within. Shine brightly. All your divine qualities. So now we're standing in the middle of the mat. Going to the left first. So standing facing along the edge of the mat, the fingers in line with the elbows, the height of the shoulders. Jump or walk your feet apart. Turn to your left. Turn your left foot forward. Virabhadrasana 2. Sink down into your seat. Try to get lower and lower. Work your hips a little bit. Coming forward like the warrior who never hesitates to do a duty. Arms straight. Now from here, Virabhadrasana, bring the right arm up to meet the left. If you find your hip is not turning, you can, and it's very difficult to do so, you can lift the back heel if you need to. Take your gaze up. Look as though you're offering yourself up for divine service, always ready. Just like the warriors who protect their people. Now from here, keep your right leg up, if you right knee up, keep your right arm up. Go to your left. Parivita Paschakanasana. Try to get your armpit to stay on the outside of the knee. Left hand pushes into your right. Push hard so that the belly comes higher, the body raises up, the belly comes higher than the thighs, and the chest comes behind your thumbs. Roll the left shoulder all the way back, take the left shoulder back. If you want, you can take a bind. This is why you want to have the armpit on the knee, or at least the shoulder to the knee. See if you can use your left hand to guide the right arm underneath the leg, the left arm then goes over the back, and you join your hands together. If you need to, you lower the right knee down, and you make your legs look like a box, your knee underneath your hip. Turn the left shoulder back. So any variation you like. Just do your best. No attachment to the results, no expectations. Just offering up every pose. Now from here, break the pose, bring the knee down. A fluid transition right into Kapyasana. Hands together, rock your shoulders back, lift your chest up, lift the belly up, the heart up away from the hips. Take your arms back. Those who are flexible can go into the variations. If you know them, you can maybe turn to the right. The right hand slides to the foot. Your left hand can stay on the knee. Lean away from the leg. If you can bring the right foot up. Press it against the inside of the right arm. Kuntasana. Or if you can, lean towards the foot. Bring the foot into quickly the arm. And then bring the fingers close to ears so that your left finger can grab the other fingers of the right hand. Then lift your wrist, turn it away from you, and bring your arm to the other side of the head. Push the foot then away from the shoulder. Think of a swan's neck. There's no discontinuity, no big kinks in the swan's neck. Always smooth curves. From here, you can even go into another version. So from here, you can take your foot from above, feed the toes, take the head back, and just bring your foot to your left. Maybe the foot will land on the head eventually. You can keep holding holding onto the foot. Keep your seat all the way forward so you can keep your balance. Chain poses with your arms up. Now break the pose. Bring the hands down. Remember, going according to your condition, your abilities. Your left foot goes out. I'm going to turn this way so you can see. Left foot goes to the edge of the mat. Your right knee comes up and just scooch back and forth. Try to get your hips to lower down. Sink through the hips. Then push back through the right heel. Lower the knee down if you can. If your hips are low enough, fall to the right so you can get your right hip and your right forearm to come down. Roll back to your left. If it's too much, your hips are far from the ground, stay on your hands, but keep sinking your hips down. Very flexible. Your hips are anchored down. The rest of the body will eventually come down. The pelvis, the belly, eventually the chest. Try to get your body lower than the knee. And then fix your gaze. Again, if you're advanced, your chest is right on the ground, your chin's on the ground. Left shoulder on the left foot. You can take your foot to the side if you like. Be still like a lizard, merge with the form. Break the pose, coming back up. Slide your left foot in a little bit, come upright. Turn this way here. So lift the toes, your right foot can come in a little bit towards the left and balance your leg. Try to get your belly to come right, rest on the thigh. Imagine trying to get your chest beyond the knee. Release your back. Even with poses where it's more of a restorative relaxation pose, offer them up to you. They all have their place in the practice. You try to find a balance to strength and drive, but with softness and surrender. If this is very easy for you, lift your chest. Bring your seat forward again onto the asana. Bring your right foot back. Bend the toes under. So the foot's in line with your right foot's in line with the right knee. And then slide your left foot forward. So your knees are in the same line from front knee to the back knee. And you pulse. Do it mindfully again. Don't overstretch. No jerky motions. No hard, aggressive, loud movements. Hanumanasana. The embodiment, Hanuman is an embodiment of courage and faith. Anything is possible in devotion. If you know the variations, you can go ahead. If you're flat on the ground, you can take your arms up and do whatever variations you know here. Lift up. Set your sights high in every sense. Keep moving forward. If you don't make any progress, you don't try anything, you lose the enthusiasm, you lose the motivation. And then break the pose. From here, slide your left foot in as much as you need to so that you can come back to standing. Spin on your feet, turn to long edge of the mat. Go to the right now. Turn your right foot forward, lean into it. Come forward a little bit. Your knee over the toes if you can. Embody, embrace all the qualities of a warrior. Remember, they're already within. You just have to turn them on. Left arm comes up. Virabhadrasana 1. Look up. And now you're going to spin on the left foot. Lift the left heel. The left arm stays up. And then you go to the right. Turn the knee and the toes a little bit to the left. That sometimes helps. The knee is the same and the foot are the same orientation. The right hand pushes your left. You don't stay here. You have to push down so that your center of the chest is behind your thumbs. Not, your hand should not be in front of the shoulder. Keep pushing down into your left hand until the belly comes higher than the thigh. And then you have the advantage of having to be able to spin a little more deeply without obstruction. If you want to take a bind, go ahead. The right arm goes underneath the left arm goes underneath the leg, right arm goes over the back. So you can try it with your knee up. Sometimes it helps to have that extra space. If you're finding it hard to balance, just lower down your left knee, but push your feet back so that you have more space for the arms to go underneath the leg. Turn the right shoulder back. If you're doing the knee on the ground, try to have your legs look at the box. Right shoulder goes all the way back. Remember, wherever you are is perfect if you're offering up the pose. Break the pose. Pristasana, lizard. Walk the right foot out to the edge of the mat. Lift the left knee up and scooch back and forth a few times. Try to get your hips to sink. And then push back to the left heel one more time. If your hips are low enough, you lower your left knee first. If your hips are low enough, you can fall onto your left forearm and your left hip and then roll back to the right. Make sure your knee's not falling away from your shoulder. Make sure your knee and your foot, heel stay in the same line. The shin should be vertical. So you can get your body lower than the leg. If you can't just yet, then don't worry about it. Just keep trying. Just keep on trying to feel as though the hips are made of lead. When your hips are anchored down, the rest of the body will follow more easily. And keep on lengthening. Keep on leading with the heart. The more you lengthen, the more the body approaches the ground. If you're flat out again, you can take your chest right down, your chin down, and extend your arms out to the sides. Or whatever variations you know. And then come back up. Good. Just realize I forgot one pose, Kapyasana. Sink your seat forward, arms up over the head, arch back. Pull the arms way back, try not to bend the arms again. Lift the heart away from the seat. And again, take your variations as you know them. You can stay there. You can turn to your left. If you need a modification, keep your hands on the knee. Lean back or support your seat. Push your hands into your seat, pull down, and keep raising your chest up. So these are all modifications you can do depending on your condition. You can also do your Kuntasana, your foot against the inside of the left arm, or bend your arm, fingers close to the ears. So again, you can take your body more easily. And then you turn to the front, open up your chest, push the foot into the arm away from your shoulder. If you want, you can take the foot again in front, the toes, the hand coming to the toes, hold it from above, allow your head to just fall back and move your foot to the right. And then your foot might just land on your head. Keep your seat all the way forward so you don't lose your balance. And if you find this pose, your hands just sitting in your foot, you can eventually raise your arms up. Again, many different options. Now from here, break the pose. Release your back. Pull your left foot in a little bit to the right. Lift the toes up on the right foot and bow down. Bring your attention to the areas that feel tight. Your attention will attract all around there. And just send an intention of releasing there. That's what the prana will do. Feel free to stay here or move into your Hanumanasana. Bring your left foot out again and rise to your knee. Hinge forward with your seat and start to slide the right foot forward. Try to have your fingers aligned with your hips, so move your hands back, your chest up, and again, just pulse a little bit. Mindfully, of course, not too aggressively. And if you're all the way down, again, you can take your variations. This pose says anything is possible, and anything is possible with adherence to ethical rules and constant effort and angry determination. Lift the body by the hips. No attachment to results. Offer everything up. And from here, break the pose, bring the hands back down. So from here, slide your right foot back, bend the toes under the left foot to help. The knees come together, and from here, open up your legs a little bit. If you can sit between your heels and do so, you can lie down on your back, or if you can't go all the way down, you can just come up, just stay on your elbows, bring your head back. If it's too hard for your knees, just keep your seat on your heels, walk your hands back as far as you can. Again, do according to your condition. Allow the head to fall back. Come down on the forearms. Lengthen the body. If you're all the way down on the back, Feel the back just sinking into the ground. Take hold of your opposite elbows. Soften the knees. Now push into your feet. If you're all the way down on the ground, push into heels. Dig into the elbows. Lift your back up off the ground. Tuck your chin in. Make your way back up. Vasisthasana. Side plank. Come into high plank to start. Forward a little bit. Okay, so your shoulders are over the fingertips. Move your left hand to the right a little bit in front of the nose. Come into your side plank first. The traditional pose with your arms in a straight line, your foot to the head in the same line. You cross your ankles, keep your ankles crossed. You can even raise your right leg up if you like. Make sure you're not dropping down to the shoulder and hip. If this thing is happening, just lower your left knee down and raise your hip back up. So don't. Make sure your left arm is fully extended. Don't drop into the shoulder. Now go to the other side. Come back to plank. Right hand now moves to your left. Side plank. Vasisthasana. If you want again, you can raise your left leg up. Whoops. And back down. From here, lower down your knees. Sit in thunderbolt. So we have a couple of variations for the next one. You can do the same thing as always, or you can try to come into wild thing and do some variations or Urdhva Dhanurasana from there. So just demonstrating quickly. I like to start off in downward facing dog, so your hips are already high. Going to the right first, you move your left hand to the right a little bit, come into side plank and keep spinning on the left foot. Turn your hip so it's facing up. Your right toes slide back alongside the left knee, inside the left knee. Make sure your hip is all the way up. Imagine trying to get your hip all the way forward, your knee over the toe, the foot almost. Inside edge of the foot is grounded. Not turn too much. Your toes should be no more than 45 to 30 to 45 degrees. Then see if you can lift your toes up off the ground. See if you can start with this. Eventually you can catch your knee. Eventually maybe in the foot. If you'd rather, you can just keep turning the foot, turn on your the palm into Urdhva Dhanurasana. So go ahead. Go to the right first, stand on your left hand and left foot. Break the pose, coming back the same way as you enter. Keep your hips up and your arm extended. Come back into plank and then go to the other side. You can push your seat up and back again, starting downward facing dog. Go to your left. Stand your right hand, right foot. Slide your left toes back. Turn the right foot so the toes are following the same line as the rest of the leg. Make sure the inside edge of the left foot is down, especially trying to take your left foot up off the ground. Otherwise, you might fall out of the pose or flip out of the pose. Anchor down to the right foot. You can take the knee. Eventually take the foot. Push your hip all the way up. That's very important. Break the pose. Come back the same way as you entered. Spin on a hand and foot. And from here, lower the knees down. Child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Next is headstand, Shirshasana. If you know how to get into headstand already, go ahead. You don't have to wait for me. Go into the pose. Find the stillness. Leave the body alone and bring your attention to the space between your eyebrows. If you need some assistance, find options that are preparations for headstand. If you're not quite there, then there's a few options. So you can start with your forehead on the ground, with your knee in front of the knees. If you're very uncomfortable with your feet leaving the ground, you just push your hips up over your knees. If you feel too much pressure in the back of the head and the neck, you just move your head forward a little bit more so you're on top of the head. Try and push your heart between your shoulder blades and your belly button right through the lower back. So, next option, bring your hands, teddy bear, bring your hands alongside the knees, your head in front. Make sure your hands are not beside your head. They should be where you can see them in front. Your arms should be at right angles. So not like this. Your wrists underneath your elbows. And lift your seat. Walk your feet in so that your seat is over your shoulders. Just push just underneath the knees against the elbows, hold your breath so you can pull your toes away from the ground. There's not much you can go around here, just put your toes back down if you're not comfortable. Eventually, keep pushing into your hands and push into your knees, into the upper arms. Your feet can come all the way up. If you want to go further, turn your fingers so that your fingers facing away. Bring your hands out further away from your body and on the outside of the mat. This is good because you don't have to have as much hip flexibility to bring your left leg up and back. So this opens you up a little bit more. And as you can see, you can pulse up off the right foot, or the foot that's in front. The left foot that's hanging, the other foot that's hanging back behind you, close to the seat as possible. Flex your toes. And then so you can pull your toes of the front foot away from the ground. Eventually, if you keep pushing through that back foot, your legs will come to the same height. Do with mindfulness. If this is too much pressure for your head, those of you who are in headstand now, if you've held it for a bit, you can start doing variations. You can change your hands, positions of your hands if you like. Come into lotus. So advanced practitioners, explore your variations if you like. Keep the mind always quiet though, the observer watching everything. Otherwise, you can take your elbows in front of your, underneath your shoulders. Make sure you can hold your hands, your elbows easily. Don't move your elbows and bring your hands forward. Bring your head between your hands. Your head doesn't even have to be on the ground. If it's too much pressure for your head, walk your feet towards your elbows and bring one leg behind you again, as far back as you can. Bend your knee very deeply so your foot is hanging close to the ground behind you. And press the heels, your palms against the sides of your head. Again, you bend the toes away from the ground. If you keep pushing through the foot that's behind you, again, you eventually find your way up higher with your hips in the same line as your shoulders and your feet on the same line as your hips. You can always do this against a chair if you like, or a wall. You place, hard for me to do because I don't have a chair or wall, but you place your feet on the base of the chair. And then you lift your seat, you bring your foot on the base of the chair or the wall, and then you would press up. It's very hard for me to demonstrate. So imagine that my foot in front on the wall, and I bring one foot back again, and then you pull your toes away from the wall. Make sure you're not far from the wall. Your knees should still be bent when you put your leg on, when you put your foot on the wall. Stay there for another 30 seconds or so. Leave the body by itself. Wherever you are at, when you find a pose, you try to meditate. Eventually it becomes possible to meditate in all the poses. If you try to merge with them, find the divine with it. All right, now come down with control, down back into child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Roll your way up and bring your legs out in front. Scooch to the front of the mat. Shoulder stand, Shavasana, but coming to baby plow first to set up for it is always good. So you roll back, you can do this a few times if you like, just massage your spine. And after the third time or so, when your legs come up, bring your hands to your back and then bring your feet go all the way behind your body, your head. If they can touch down, great. If they can't, it's still great. Keep your hands on your back if your feet don't come all the way down especially. Now to set up for shoulder stand, bring your hands down on the ground behind your back. So you can pull your arms closer together. See if you can bring your wrists together, join your hands, and try to get your elbows close to one another. From the front, you can't see your arms at all. And bring your hands on the back, push into your back, raise one leg up at a time. The leading leg comes up very straight towards the ceiling, like you're touching the ceiling, and then the other leg follows. Try to have your toes in the same line as the chin. It might not look like this. Your elbows might not come all the way behind the back, depending on your shoulder flexibility, and your legs might come up all the way. Find a place where you are able to hold the pose steadily. Close your eyes. If your body's always fighting and always in a state of anxiety, trying to hold the pose and it's all you can think of, then the mind will not come into stillness. So come back to a place where you can. Each time you practice, perhaps you can come a little bit closer to where you're to the pose. Do your best. If you have a lotus, you can go ahead and do your lotus. Use your hands to help if you need to. Bring your feet a little bit over your head. If you have a lotus, you can also push your hands into your knees. Try to get your knees higher than your hips. So trying to find a straight line from the knees all the way to the chin in your lotus. And have the shoulders stand. Nothing to do, nowhere to go but deeper within, beyond the body, the mind, and the emotions. These are not you. Slowly, depending where you are, if you have lotus, keep your lotus. Bring the lotus against your body. If you know how to take the full bind, arms around the legs and enjoy your hands on the seat, go ahead, do this. If you don't have a lotus, come back into plow. The feet behind your head, land them softly, no big heavy thuds on the ground. You can keep your legs straight, your feet far away from your head, or you can bring your thighs against your chest and your knees on either side of the head. If you're very flexible, maybe your knees will come almost to the shoulders and maybe into the ground in front of your shoulders. Keep watching the space between the eyebrows. Be still as possible. If you have your ears against your head, your knees against your head, shut out all the inputs are coming into the ears. Shut the eyes. Withdraw from your senses. Be undistracted by whatever's coming through your sense organs. Now the hands behind your back now, palms down. As your seat comes down, your hands can move closer, or eventually your thumb tips, your index fingers are touching. Keep your legs as close to the body as long as possible. Your legs are coming down. Push into your arms to control descent. Once your seat lands on your wrist, keep lowering your legs until they're halfway down and then stop. Once you're there, push into your elbows, lift your back up off the ground. Move your elbows in a little bit closer. Now push your chest up. Take the top of the head to the ground. If this is too much, bring your legs all the way down to the ground. Breathe very fast now through the nose. Bring your feet down close to your seat. Don't move your head. Take your hands out from underneath. Those of you who know how to get into Urdhva Dhanurasana, then this is where we're doing it. Bring your fingertips on either side of the head, a little bit in front of the head. Lift your back up off the ground. Slide your head a little bit more. Turn your hands around so the fingers are facing out toward the heels. Turn slightly outwards. Now if you can, push into your hands, hold the breath, and lift your head up off the ground. If this is too much, do bridge pose. Back of the head and shoulders stay on the ground. Just keep your seat up. Move your chest towards your chin. So bridge pose looks like this. Your seat comes up. You move your arms underneath the body and your chest comes all the way up towards your chin. Your knees behind your toes. Try to get your shins vertical. Those of you who are in Urdhva Dhanurasana, stretch, rock back and forth. Try to get your chest in front of your arms. Come off the the heels. Stretch. The mother of all back bends. Now, lower your heels down, lower your head down. Relax. Take a deep breath in through the skin. From all the legs and the arms, all the way up the spine to the crown. Exhale, send that energy for everywhere throughout the body. Feel recharged, feel rejuvenated. Good. Now from here, arms up. Actually, bring the right leg up. Bend your right knee and bring your right knee to the shoulder. Hold on to the ankle and pull the foot closer to the head, the right leg. If you need to, you have very tight hamstrings, slide your left foot in, closer to the seat. But keep your left foot flat on the ground. So keep on trying to keep your knee with your shoulder and keep straighten your legs so that the foot comes close to the face. You're very flexible, so you might be able to move your leg right to the outside of the body, just against the left right shoulder. Maybe get the foot to the ground beside your head. Bring the right foot back up, bend your knee, half happy baby pose. Hold on to the outer edge of the foot. You can bring your left hand on top of the sole of the foot and push your knee down. Right underneath the armpits. Your shin again is vertical. Try not to have your foot going out to the side. Have the heel in line with your knee. Now from here, you can bring the foot right across the chest. You can hold the foot in your hand, or if you can, bring it into the crook of the left arm. Interlace your fingers or hold the right wrist with your left hand and pull the leg right, the shin right across the chest. Push the foot towards the left. So you feel the glutes. Drop the right hip. Make sure you're not wrinkling the right side of the body, at the waist. Now bring the right foot back. From here, swing the left leg up. Sit right up. Okay, so from here, push the foot back behind your body a little bit, underneath the arm. And from here, take the right shoulder in front of the knee, the back knee, and push back against the back of the knee with the back of the arm. Okay, so now lean forward a little bit, bring your hands forward so that your fingertips are in line with your knee. Push into your hands, dig into your left heel, and then hold your breath so you can lift your seat up off the ground. If you can, you might be able to lift your foot up off the ground. Imagine you're pulling the pelvic floor up. If this is too much, cross your left leg over the right, ankles cross together, hook the feet, and press into your hands. You might be able to get your seat up more easily. Push your seat back. So you have to move forward a little bit. Roll your weight forward. Your hands should not be beside your hips, in front a little bit. And then push into your hands, lean forward. Shoulders go over the fingertips. And if you can Ashtavakrasana. Stretch your legs out to the side. You tip your body down so your hip is in line with your head. Break the pose. As Dharmaji says, not important. So now we're coming back onto the back. Take your left leg by the ankle, roll down on the back smoothly. Your left knee lands on the left shoulder. And pull on the foot. Try to get your foot up higher and your legs straighter. Right foot can come in a little bit if you need to. Slide your right foot in. Again, if you're very flexible, take the foot with both hands and see if you can bring it right down to the ground beside your head. Your knee is in the armpits. Your leg is right against your body. And then half happy baby pose. Take hold of the outside edge of the foot. Try to get your left knee down to the ground. Your heel in line with your knee, not going out to the side. Same line. And then eventually cross the chest if you like. Take the foot in the right hand or the crook of the right arm. And hold the left wrist, your left elbow just underneath the line of the knee. So give ourselves space. Pull whole left shin up higher, close to your collarbone. Drop your left hip down. Keep both sides of your torso same length. And then bring the leg back up. Hold the foot. Right leg swings up. Come to seated position. Again, push the foot back behind your body a little bit. Bring the left arm in front of the back of the knee. Push into the back of the knee. Push forward at the same time. So you're always hugging the shoulder with the leg from behind and in front. Okay, if you want to go forward now with your hands, fingertips in line with your knee, slide your left foot in a little bit so you can dig into the heel. Hold your breath, push into your hands, and lift your seat up off the ground if you can. And then from here, hold your breath so you can lift your right foot up off the ground. Too much, too difficult, cross your right leg over the left. Keep your body compact. Hold your breath, hands a little bit in front of your seat, and see if you can get your seat up off the ground this way. If you want, you can lean forward a little bit, your chest in the same line, your head, chest, and your hips in the same line. Push your legs out to the left. And then come back. Release. Good. So coming onto the belly now. Hands underneath the shoulders, feet together, forehead to the ground, cobra. Roll the shoulders back and start to push into your hands and lift up. Uncoil. Make your body, your back look like the spine look like a letter C. Take your head all the way back as though you're trying to get your seat over, your head over your seat. If it's too much, you can just hold the other edge, the front edge of the mat. Stay in sphinx, anchor down through the lower body, anchor down through the forearms, and push your chest forward, away from your seat. And eventually, if you can, press into your hands, more flexible, walk your hands closer, come onto your fingertips, the whole front of the body, up off the ground, from the tops of the legs up. If you want, open up your legs, imagine you squeezing socks behind your knees, try to get your toes to your head. Don't think about, when you're doing this pose, think of getting the height first, and then the legs. Eventually the feet will touch the head. Once your feet are on the head, you can lower your heels, the palms down. Break the pose, relax. Breathe in, breathe out. Bow pose. Take the right arm in front of the chest, the left leg comes up, hold the ankle and pull the foot up, hold the breath, and then see if you take your other leg up in the same way. Pull on the legs, try and get your thighs up off the mat. If it's too much, keep your thighs on the ground. You can roll onto your right side if you like. So you can do it from the ground and push your shins down away from your body. Okay, and then you would switch sides. Good. But stay on one side first. If you're doing this pose, you can rock as well. You can even get all the way back on your knees. Keep pressing through the heels, lift your chest. Look up, eventually you might see your toes. Really pull on the legs. Surrender to the pose. Merge with the form. Break the pose, release the feet, pull the heels close to the body first, relax, forehead down. Okay, one more. If you did on your side, you roll onto your other side this time. If you have more advanced variations, you want to use a strap or wheel, or if you can take your, have flexibility in your shoulders, take one foot up, hold the outer edge of the foot, the thumb is the base of the toes, lift your foot up higher so that the elbow is higher than the shoulder. And then you can move your elbow forward without working the joint in a bad way. Okay, and then you take your other foot up, same way. Try to get your elbow the same height as least as the shoulder, and pull the foot, the elbow forward. If you have one, start with one leg. You might get your foot up high. You might be able to get the other arm up. Otherwise, if it's too much, you can just stay with one side like this as well. Now, if you're doing that one side one, you switch sides. do both hands over the shoulders. Then you stay there. Angry determination. But again, don't go to a place of pain or suffering or anxiety. Break the pose. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands underneath the shoulders. Come back to seated position. Adho Matsyendrasana. Left leg fold in. Right foot be outside the left knee. Make sure you're not sitting on your foot. It should be beside your hip. If you can't get both sides of your hips down, left leg just extends straight. Your right foot moves beyond your knee. The right hand behind the back, left arm up, and you push the left arm against the outside the right thigh. Push the lower back up and in. Inhale. Lift the heart. Exhale. Turn to the right. Feel the twist starting at the base of the hips all the way down, and feel the spine spiraling upwards. Push the knee to the left, to the right against the elbow. Imagine trying to drag your knee beyond the left edge of the body. Break the pose, go to the other side. So again, you can do this variation. Make sure your foot is beyond the knee if your right leg is straight. Otherwise, you can do this variation. Go to your left. Right shoulder on the outside of the left knee. And take hold of the heel if you like and pull on the heel. Remember to twist your whole torso. It's not just the eyes that turn. Push the lower back in with your left arm. Break the pose, lie down on the back for Shavasana. Make your way down gracefully. And once on your ground, remove all efforts, remove all tension. Allow the body to sink heavily into the ground. Feel as though the muscles just dissolve completely. Imagine that you're receiving the best of the best. Like the waves coming onto the beach. Imagine a surge coming into the body, bringing in everything that you need in order to make you feel more fulfilled, more complete, more grounded, more in connection with your true divine self. Imagine bringing in all those virtues and qualities that you are trying to cultivate to a higher extent. Receive it all with gratitude and direct it right to the spiritual heart. Make an offering of all of it to God who is residing within that spiritual heart. And as God is equally present in all forms, all those benefits will now reach all beings. When you are acting in a way that is consistent in adherence to the ethical rules, yama and niyama, first and foremost, compassion, you attract good outcome, good karma. And this gives you motivation to stay in adherence to the ethical rules. Love all beings. Make a particular effort to those who challenge you sometimes too. For they're just younger souls, just on a path. They're just a little bit not as far down the path perhaps, But with the knowledge, with the experiences, with each life, they'll eventually arrive, just as we are on the path. The ultimate goal is self-realization. Repeat that to yourself 3 times. The ultimate goal is self-realization. Keep that anchored in your mind and heart to give you a reminder each and every day where you're headed to. And continue to share the knowledge, to be a good role model for others, so they too can find the knowledge they need to break the patterns that cause pain and suffering, whether in themselves, whether towards others. Prepare to come back from Shavasana with the intention firmly anchored within the heart and the mind. Come back to it every day. Now, in the most gentle way possible, with reverence, with silence, with consciousness, come back to seated position. Keep your eyes closed the whole time as you're making the transition. Close with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace within, send it to all beings everywhere. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God, all's within. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you for coming. Happy New Year, happy almost New Year. Remember that Sri Dharma Mitra has an online masterclass encore on New Year's Day, as also satsang at 7 o'clock, which is a very, very beautiful way to start the year. Listen to his teachings. Hope to see you soon. Much love. And see you soon.